So again, just a warm welcome to this experience. As we arrive here together, I invite you to become aware of how you are right now. This is a very friendly or simply friendly way to begin. Just noticing how you're doing. So I'm going to pause just for like 10 or 15 seconds for that simple inquiry, just as if you had met a friend and they asked you how you are, and you're just checking in to find out. And so I have no idea, of course, what you found or what's happening for each of us today. Um, we're out in this mysterious, very private sea of experience, each of us. And this is really a time to honor that. And one of the ways that we do that in meditation is with a quality called interest. Interest is one of the qualities that can really keep a meditation practice going through tough times and through good times. So the question, how are you, is a question of friendly interest. Another way that we can practice that is through interest in what's happening around us. This can be a little more neutral way to try it. So I'm going to be quiet for about a minute, and I invite you to become aware of any sounds that are happening in your environment. They don't have to be super interesting or profound. We don't have control typically over the sounds around us. So this is just an opportunity for about a minute to become interested. Noticing what's happening right now for you. Has the interest moved into planning or thinking or remembering? Because interest is a moving thing. It moves from something simple like sound into something more complicated and juicy, like worries or plans. It's just a kind of a natural expectation. So with meditation, we strengthen the muscle of the mind to bring interest into something supportive or healing or calming. So again, with that context, I'll invite again just for about 30 seconds for the awareness or the interest to open, to widen into soundscape, into whatever is here. Sounds will continue to come and go and persist. Thoughts will continue to come and go and persist and change. And we don't, so we don't have to shut any of that down. That's one of the misconceptions about meditation. We don't have to shut down thinking. But what we're doing potentially is withdrawing interest. And that's kind of like taking away its oxygen. We're withdrawing the interest and we're putting it to somewhere else for a while, not forever. So from here, the invitation is to begin bringing awareness into the bodily life. We've explored the life of sound, and now the invitation is to become a little more aware of how the body's doing without trying to change it or improve it or shut anything down or analyze. We're just offering that friendly quality of interest, of listening. So I invite you to notice what might be happening, what is happening across the shoulders and chest area and neck. This is a region where we often hold tension, but we refuse to listen to it. We distract, we tell it to go away, we ignore it. And so this is whatever's here for you in the neck and shoulders and throat. I'm just going to pause and invite all of us to each feel it just for a few seconds. Notice if you're holding your breath or trying to make something happen. These are common, natural, understandable habits of meditation. But if any of that's happening, can you allow that to kind of unravel a little bit, soften a little bit? And notice if you can feel any life or energy or experience in your hands and feet. And for this, just use your natural rhythm of interest, moving between gently hands and feet. Any sensations, any pressure, temperature, contact you notice in the hands and feet, just for a few seconds. And from here, again, just noticing, how are you? what's happening, just in this friendly interest kind of way. And bringing that interest up to the head, the mouth, the ears, the eyes. If you're accidentally clenching your eyelids or eyeballs, I invite you to soften that. Opening them is better than clenching them. um, maybe if it's less tension. So I just invite you to kind of take a moment to notice the life of the head and face. When I was growing up, there was this song that we would sing on the playground with our coach. It's a person I personally remember in a sweet way, and it was head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. I invite you again, just for a few seconds, to use this little simple song to guide some interest through the body, just for like 30 seconds, if that little song is helpful. I brought a quote today from Abraham Lincoln, attributed to Abraham Lincoln. I didn't hear him say it, but this is attributed to Abraham Lincoln. He says, "I don't like that man. I must get to know him better. I don't like that man. I must get to know him better." And for me, this is an expression of interest. Abraham Lincoln doesn't say, "I don't like that man. I must love him with all of my heart." No, "I don't like that man. I must like him." No. There's just a very pragmatic shift to interest, to curiosity, and to non-expectation about what is going to happen if I get to know that man. There's just some space for inquiry. And for me, that feels good. It doesn't feel so shut down. This is the space I'm inviting for ourselves, because so often I don't like what's happening in my own experience. I don't like what I am or what I'm saying or what I'm thinking. And so for the last 30 seconds here, I invite us to just pause, and if there can be any softening of the body, feeling ourselves here, hearing some sounds around us. And this is just an invitation to do the same thing we've done all along, is to hear some sounds and experience the body, but within just about 15 seconds of that friendly interest.